Little Psychos, it's Dark, and this is the season finale of Get Chatting with Dark. This is episode 7, and I'm going to be taking you down a little bit of a rabbit hole of my past. I'm going to tell you a story from my past. Yeah, so it's going to be a story time. This story time's a little strange because of what happened. Don't worry, nothing bad happens, just more of like how it happened and under the circumstances of why it happened. Yeah, it's going to be a little weird, but hopefully you like it. Anyway, the story's a little mystifying to how it happened and why it happened. So I was hanging out with my group of friends that I was friends with in high school. This was my third year of high school. Yeah, this is my third year of high school. And it happened to be after band practice. Not marching band, garage band. Garage band practice. We were getting ready for a show that was happening like 2 weekends from that point. But anyways, we were at one of my friend's house. She kind of lives like on the edge of like a wooded area, and 3 miles from her house, like the back of her house, into the woods is a graveyard or a cemetery. It's very small, and it's kind of one of those ones that's not upkept because nobody knows it's back there really. It kind of looks like it was during a period of time when there was a lot of like death, plague or anything, so I'm gonna guess like 1800s. It's kind of old, so it's not well kept, but we'd always talk about this graveyard. I also have to preface this story by saying nobody was drinking underage. Nobody was drinking adult beverages. There was parents that were in like the room with us at all times. Not because they were strict or anything, just more of that's how their house was set up. Like there was really no privacy unless we went in her room, but her room was too small for like 5 people to be in her room. We were hanging out in her living room or like family room, and her parents would like walk in and out to go to like the kitchen or wherever. So nobody was drinking alcohol. Nobody was underage drinking, which I don't condone. Don't do that. Yeah, so that was just a little bit of a preference for the story. Now let's get into the actual story. So now that I've preferenced the story begins with us hanging out. At this point, it was like midnight. Now we were in her tiny room. Well, at least the girls were. The guys had to sleep in the living room just based on her parents' rule, which I get, whatever. So the boys were in the living room and me and the other girls were in her bedroom. And I remember falling asleep. But the thing I don't remember is when I woke up in this 1800s cemetery. I woke up in the cemetery by myself, and to this day I have no idea how I got there, because I remember falling asleep in the sleeping bag that was on the ground in my friend's bedroom. But when I woke up, I was in the grass in the sleeping bag. This is why I think my friends either dragged me to the cemetery, they dragged me 3 miles in a sleeping bag and I didn't wake up, or something else was at play that I don't really know and I still don't know to this day. This is not a very long story. That's really it. I woke up in a cemetery. It was terrifying. I had no idea what was happening. I was all alone, and it was just me in this like decrepit cemetery. As I said, it was an abandoned cemetery that was built in the 1800s. It looked like. I don't actually know. That could be wrong. I don't have any pictures. Obviously, I was terrified. And as soon as I was fully awake, I ran. I like bolted 3 miles back to her house. It just depends on like what happened. I don't know if they dragged me or supernatural forces were at play. I woke up in a cemetery and it was the weirdest experience of my life. So there's a little bit more about my past. If there is any story times that you do want to hear about my past, please. I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it was a short story, but that's the story that it is. It's very short, very confusing, and very frightening. As I said in the last clip, if there is any more like stories from my past that you want to hear, I have plenty of them. I could also retell some of the stories that I did like forever ago in a better produced and more professional stance. I do have a few other stories that I can tell. I may do that in season 2. We may do a few episodes of. I know I was gonna do something different, but I think I already talked about like the main topic that I was going to pick like a couple weeks ago. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. If you'd like to become a Little Psycho, please hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload next. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. It's Horror Reacts. Let's get spooky. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.